The Fantastic Four were created in 1961 to be Marvel's first team book. Since then, the Marvel family has been a staple of the comics, but there's never been a definitive adaptation of the characters. I've been thinking about doing a rewrite for the Fantastic Four in some way since I started this channel. It's been on my mind, but I haven't really been able to crack it. The Tim Story movies are kinda silly, but overall there's nothing really that needs to be overhauled, whereas the 2015 version, it's a mess, but not in a way that I can simply just go, well, this should be rewritten and this should be rewritten. It's more of the fact that it takes itself too seriously and that the reshoots were very poorly integrated into the film. If I were to do a video like that, it wouldn't be a rewrite, it would be a pitch for a completely new version of the characters from the ground up. So we're going to do that. This is how I would pitch the Fantastic Four into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Let's do this. So, like it says in the title, Spider-Man No Way Home is the key to how I think the Fantastic Four should be brought into the MCU. And I'm not just saying that because it's about to come out and I'm trying to ride that wave. Okay, kind of. 2021 has found Marvel diving headfirst into multiverses with both No Way Home and Loki, and that's how I would want to bring them in. The Fantastic Four are, like I said, Marvel's first family, first team book, and they've been around since the 60s. So my pitch would allow them to keep that long-running feeling history without having to explain them being around, but in the background, not helping with major things like they had to do with Captain Marvel, or worse yet, the Eternals. And we could just jump in media res without having to go over their origin story again, which, I've said before, origin stories are a little played out, especially when we've seen variations on the Fantastic Four's origin twice in movies already. Not to mention, this would allow us to break the mold that Marvel movies are kind of stuck in stylistically. Now listen, I'm not the first person to say that even the best looking Marvel movies are kind of bland, but I'm definitely going to get in on saying that. My pitch is for a retro-futuristic style that would both throw back to the 60s era the characters debuted in, and be a cool nod to Jack Kirby's more out there art that he is known for. Also, Marvel, learn to color correct your movies, please. So for this, I want the movie to be told in 2 parts. Thanks to a base cultural knowledge, and more importantly, the fact that these characters have easy to understand and recognize characters, I don't think we need to spend too much time setting them up. We can just sort of jump in and go. The Four will be up against Molecule Man, a character who has reality bending powers, because of course he does. They're going to encounter him twice, once right off the bat at the start of the movie, and he's going to be working on some sort of plans, mysterious plans, and then again at the halfway point. And they won't be able to defeat him. He's too powerful for the 4 of them on their own, as the only heroes in this universe. But they are going to mess up his plans enough that he's going to make a tactical retreat. From there, we'll get some classic character stuff to really flesh out our lead 4. Reed is going to be trying to figure out what his plans were, and will ignore everyone and everything around him, including his wife. Johnny is going to be more focused on image and whatever this Strange Worlds version of celebrity is. And Ben's going to be a sad rock monster. Duh. I don't think he's going to have a love interest in this world. That's going to be something that he gets in later films. The characters only manage to figure out what's going on when Sue rallies everyone together, proving that she is both the heart of the group and that the Fantastic Four work at their best when they're all together. Molecule Man's plan is about severing the sacred timeline. I haven't seen Loki, but it's gonna be some low-key callback stuff. The group deduce Molecule Man's next plan of attack and go after him with a device that Reed has invented that they believe will be able to subdue him. And in this big action sequence, it's working. Everyone's doing what they need to do. Mr. Fantastic he's operating this machine in all these different places because stretching. Sue is able to defend him with her powers, and Molecule Man is being held back by the fact that he has to fight off the Human Torch and Ben Grimm, and everything is going great until a TVA team comes in and ruins everything, sets off something that Molecule Man is doing with their own technology, and it ends up hurtling the Fantastic Four into the MCU. The second half is going to have to deal with the fallout from all of this. The team get intercepted by SWORD, obviously Jimmy and Darcy because we love them, and the group are shown that this world doesn't have a Fantastic Four of its own, but dozens of other superheroes inhabiting it. A lot of this sort of plays out as you'd expect from one of these movies. There's a lot of fish out of water shenanigans. I'm thinking sort of like the first Thor movie, but with a group. And then the Fantastic Four find out that the universe that they came from has been wiped out and there's nowhere for them to go. Reed starts looking into maybe there's a universe similar to ours that, like here, we don't exist and we can go there and take up that mantle in a world familiar to us, but they're not sure how they can do that. And of course, Molecule Man comes back. He's trying to do his thing again, and it looks like he's going to destroy this universe as well. So the Fantastic Four intervene, this time with extra help from the supporting characters in this universe, and they manage to defeat him, obviously. After all that, they realize that they have a lot that they can do here in this universe to help, and decide to stay. SWORD will set them up in a new lab in this universe's Baxter building. End of story. Mid-credits, you've got Spider-Man and Doctor Strange finding out that all this happened, possibly at the same time as No Way Home. I doubt they'd do that, but in my perfect world, they would, to explain why these characters didn't intervene when they've got multiverse history. But anyways, it sets the ball rolling for these characters to interact in the future. End credits scene in Latveria, where they introduce Doctor Doom, who has discovered some sort of cosmic rays or whatever it is, and sets up the sequel. Ooh, actually, partway through the movie, when the Fantastic Four get to this universe and meet up with Jimmy and Darcy, they could, gloss over how cosmic rays gave them their powers, so we kind of get a bit of origin, we kind of don't, and then that would set up this scene even better. Yeah, we're going with that. And that's my pitch. Sequels to this would have lots of that juicy character drama we need, not to mention going up against Doctor Doom, duh, and probably the Silver Surfer. Set up Galactus as a big crossover event villain. That'd be great. Gotta bring him in at some point. Plus, I think this would be a fun way to introduce some new fun aesthetic choices into the Earthbound Marvel stuff. We're seeing things get crazier and crazier when they go cosmic, unless, of course, it's the Eternals, yawn, but there's still plenty of room for things to get even crazier on Earth as well, and I'd like to see that happen. That's it for this video. Leave a comment and a like. It would really help me out. And I'd like to hear your thoughts on my pitch, what you would do different, what you like about it. I honestly enjoy the feedback. I try to have little conversations with people who leave comments, so please do. And until next time, have a good one.